Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of RV Tips and Trips. Finally, we can move. We're staying within California, from Soledad Canyon to another RV park in Thousand Trails. So we've been here for 2 months now. Now I did call ahead to the next stop to make sure that there's going to be no problems and that we can come into the park, because we don't want to get locked out of the system, which has happened to other people. So I called ahead and they said yes, they're open for new people to come in, so that's really good news. So we're going to move. I mean, been stuck here for 2 months now, so it's time to go. Oh, I want you to stick around, because at the end of this video I got a surprise. All right, so we finally made it to Wilderness Lakes today. Today is May 15th, and it's a nice change of scenery since we were at Soledad Canyon for 2 months, so that was a long time. Saved a ton of money by staying put. Normally we would spend about $600 a month on gas, and yesterday was the first time I bought gas since March 14. So half the month of March and the entire month of April, I did not buy gasoline. I just put gas in the truck yesterday. It took 25 gallons. It was like $67 here in California. So I still had 10 gallons left. It's a 35-gallon tank in that truck. But I was ready to move on. 2 months is a long time in one place, and certainly not easy to do traveling videos when you're not traveling, that's for sure. But I am so thankful that we did have the Thousand Trails. I saw a big YouTuber last week. I won't say who it was, but I mean, they were knocking the hell out of Thousand Trails. Now, they always recommended Thousand Trails in the past, and I'm sure they made some money along the way on it. I haven't made any money on plugging Thousand Trails. I like Thousand Trails. Some of the RV parks need some TLC, and they are working on them. Just about every park I have gone to, they are investing money on them. So looking forward to all the improvements. Here at Wilderness Lakes, they have these canals that run all through the campground, and ponds and that. This is actually a bird sanctuary. But they, for the last few months, they've been dredging all of the canals that run through the campground to improve it, because it was getting kind of shallow. And then when it rained, things kind of overflowed. So they invested a lot of money. It took them a long time to do it, but they dredged all these canals. So Thousand Trails has been really working hard on improving their campgrounds. Now, this big YouTuber, they only recently purchased the Elite package. Before that, they had the annual camping pass, and they had that for about a year. And he's made use of it here and there. But he was saying things like, you know, the pass is no good if you can't get into the campgrounds and stuff. And let me tell you, like I said, I am so thankful that we had the Thousand Trails. We were fortunate enough to be in one of the Thousand Trails campgrounds when the stay-in-place order came about. Now, Thousand Trails did not have a choice, because it's local laws that say whether they can be open or not, and whether they can take in new reservations or not. So in California, they weren't allowed to take any new reservations. Those folks who had been there in that park when the stay-in-place order came about got to stay there, And Thousand Trails let us stay for 2 months without any extra expense. So, I mean, that was really awesome. Now, I understand if you had left the system, you couldn't get back in while the stay-in-place orders were in effect. That's just the way it is. They didn't have a choice. I mean, it's not Thousand Trails corporate policy. It's all the local ordinances that that apply. So if the local ordinance says they have to close the campground, then that's what they had to do. They were able to keep most of their campgrounds open, and they were allowed to keep those who were there in place. And I mean, you could leave. If you left the system, then you would not be able to get back into any one of the campgrounds if there was a stay-in-place order locally that said they couldn't take new reservations. That's just the way it was. I mean, I had trips planned all going up the West Coast in Yosemite National Park, Yosemite Lakes. We had plans on being there. Thousand Trails did cancel those reservations, and I believe that they're not going to be open for new reservations until June 1st, but then the national park is not going to be open until around that time anyway. So this person who was knocking the Thousand Trails system, saying, well, you can't use it, and blah, 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 and what a ripoff that was, and Thousand Trails is only out looking to, you know, to make a buck. And you know what? It was a bunch of garbage. That's what I say, a bunch of garbage. He chose to leave the system and travel, which you weren't supposed to be traveling really anyway. But he left Thousand Trails Park, left Florida, I think, and then couldn't get back into another Thousand Trails. That's all on him. That wasn't Thousand Trails. They didn't have a choice. So once you left the system, that's it. You can't get back in until the stay-in-place order was no longer in effect. So Texas opened up, and now you can get into those. California, some of the requirements have eased up a bit. So they, effective May 15, we were able to move to a different park. And so that's what we did. So like I said, I've been very thankful that we had the Thousand Trails system. They didn't have to let us all stay in place for free, because that's the terms of the contract says 21 days, and then you have to be out of that park for a week, or you go to another park. But since the system's closed, couldn't go to another park, they allowed you to stay in place. So, and that's what we did. We stayed put like you were supposed to. Of course, well, it doesn't matter. Even, you know, the fact that we're retired, the other person doesn't work a job. Just, YouTube is his only job. So he should have stayed put. Now, if you left, too bad. That's on you. It's not Thousand Trails' fault. So don't blame Thousand Trails, and certainly give them bad publicity because of that. I will tell you, exactly how I feel and exactly what's going on. Thousand Trails went above and beyond, and kudos to them. And anyone who has a problem because they left the system, that was just too bad. You know what? To try and say, oh, it was a ripoff and that. He bought a lifetime membership, so you are going to get a ton of value out of that program. I don't care what you say. The time that we've been in the system now, we very rarely are out of the system. We have saved a ton of money with them. It's already paid for the lifetime membership in the time that we've had this already. So You know, it's after this, it's gravy. How much do you think you would spend going to RV parks each month? Well, I can tell you, because I use KOA and we did boondocking and stuff, we still spent $600 to $700 a month in RV parks before we got the 1,000 trails. So now it runs us $200 a month, and so it's definitely worth it. So. But we are glad to be on the road once again, so then you'll start to see some more videos come about. So stay, you know, thank you for sticking it out with us. A little bit of new news, and I'm surprised that Kathy would do it. Kathy doesn't like to get on the videos at all. Have you noticed? All my videos, she's not on here. Well, one day she decided, hey, why don't, I'm willing to, she said she was willing to do a cooking show. Because she's seen other people doing cooking shows, and she said, I can do that. So, just the other day, we launched a YouTube channel for cooking, RV cooking actually. It's Kathy's channel. So I shoot it and edit it, and the rest is all on her. So she plans on putting out one video a week. So why don't you go over, take a look, subscribe to that. And the name of her channel is Kathy's Easy RV Cooking, and I'll put a link in the description below too. Take you right over. She's put out one video, and I think it came out pretty good, if I do say so myself. So take a look. Like I said, I was shocked when she said she wanted to do that. So pretty awesome. But she does a good job. She's very self-conscious. So if you can all give her a thumbs up and give her a bit of encouragement, I would appreciate that. So that's about it for the news today. I will be putting out more videos and start to fill you in as to what's going on. So until next time, happy camping. Oh, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be looking forward to showing you all new stuff and trips now that will be moving around once again. So, alrighty, take care. See ya. Bye.